Hi everybody, I'm going to finish this chapter from the Terrible Triplets. It's from the David Williams book, The World's Worst Children 3. Finally, the three boys were ready to begin their scoffing competition. The feast was to be had at midnight. They slid out of their bunk beds and tiptoed down the stairs. They took their places around the kitchen table. 3 big plates of their repulsive foods were in front of them. As the clock in the hallway chimed midnight, the race began. Tom munched his way through a mountain of earwax. "Look at me," he declared. "I'm the grossest of us all." Dick devoured a bogey that was nearly as big as he was. "No, no, no," said Dick. "Look at me. I am so gross, I make you look like Goldilocks." Meanwhile, Harry scoffed a whole box of fluff balls. "The two of you are nothing but a pair of goody gumdrops. Bow down before me, the grossest boy who ever walked the earth." This was the most repulsive midnight feast ever, and despite all their bravado, the three boys began to feel quite ill. As the boys ate and ate and ate, the strangest thing happened. Slowly, Tom's skin began turning yellow. Soon he was not just yellow, but also shiny, just like the earwax he was devouring. Meanwhile, Dick was turning as green as the Incredible Hulk. However, unlike the Incredible Hulk, Dick was becoming disgustingly sticky. As for Harry, he was slowly turning into a giant ball of fluff. Hair was sprouting everywhere. He even had hair growing out of his hair. The Terrible Triplets were so intent on munching as much as they could, as fast as they could, that they didn't notice what was happening to them. Munch, gulp, slurp. "I can eat the fastest," bragged Tom. "I can eat the most," bragged Dick. "I can eat the most and the fastest," bragged Harry. Munch, gulp, slurp. They raced and raced through their snacks of doom. "Finish!" shouted the three boys in unison. "It's a dead heat," yelled Tom. "We are as gross as each other," added Dick. "But we have to be the grossest children in the world," concluded Harry. "Ha ha ha," they all sniggered together. After all that scoffing, the three felt more than a little unwell, though nobody wanted to admit it. They went back to their bunk beds, farting and burping, hoping the awful feeling coming from their tummies would have worn off by the morning. How wrong they were. At 7 o'clock, their mother knocked on their bedroom door. "Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. Time to get up, my angels," she called out brightly. One by one, the three boys began to stir. From the top bunk, Tom peered down to Dick. He couldn't believe his eyes. Pointing at his brother, he burst out laughing. "Ha ha ha." "What?" demanded Dick. "You look like a humongous bogey," replied Tom. "Do I?" said Dick. "Well, you look like a big pile of earwax." "Do I?" "Yes, you do," chimed in Harry. "You both look like something from a horror movie." A smug expression fixed on his face. "I would wipe that smile off your face if I were you," said Tom. "Why?" asked Harry. "Because you have turned into a giant ball of belly-button fluff," replied Dick. The three boys darted out of their bedroom to the bathroom. They all wrestled for a look at themselves in the mirror. "Ah!" they screamed in unison. In no time, their mother rushed into the bathroom. "Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, what are you yelling about now?" she demanded. As soon as she caught a glimpse of her sons, she screamed too. "Ah!" The three boys felt very sorry for themselves and in unison burst into tears. "Mummy," began Tom, "help me. I am a giant piece of earwax. Help me, Mummy. I am a great big bogey," confessed Dick. Mummy, please, please help me. I am half boy, half belly-button fluff," blubbed Harry. Mother studied her youngest son for a moment. "I would say you're a quarter boy, 3/4 belly-button fluff." Harry's bottom lip quivered as tears streamed down his furry face. "Now, I am not just hairy, I am wet and hairy. Wah!" Mother shook her head and sighed. "You didn't listen, did you? Now what did I tell you?" The triplets thought for a moment. "Don't tie next door's cat's tail to the newspaper's bicycle?" guessed Tom. "No," replied Mother. "Don't burn all your dresses in a bonfire as a joke?" guessed Dick. "No," said Mother. "Not specifically that, but obviously please, please, please don't do that again." "I've got it," announced Harry. "Please don't swap the Rice Krispies with gravel." "No," snapped Mother loudly. It was so loud she shocked herself. "Oh dear, now where was I? Yes, I said if you eat too much of something, you will turn into it." "Oh yeah," they replied in unison. They weren't the smartest of children. "Now come on, boys. It's time to get ready for school." "We can't go to school like this," protested Tom. We look ridiculous, added Dick. We will be a laughing stock, begged Harry. That is what I'm hoping for, said Mother with a wicked glint in her eye. Come on, chop chop. As the lady led her terrible triplets into the playground that morning, the entire school turned round. They couldn't believe their eyes. Look, a giant bogey boy, shouted one child on seeing Dick. And a great big shaft of earwax, hollered another, pointing at Tom. No, a huge hairy ball of belly button fluff, bellowed a third, indicating Harry. The terrible triplets were now as revolting as each other. Needless to say, all the children in the playground, who had all been terrorised by the three boys over the years, burst out laughing. They laughed and laughed and laughed. Ha ha ha, laughed the children. Tom, Dick and Harry had to stand there and take it. At last they'd had a taste of their own medicine. And that's the end of that story. Very quick song for you today. It's 1 bottle of pop. So when you get to 10 bottles of pop, pop. 1 bottle of pop, 2 bottles of pop, 3 bottles of pop, 4 bottles of pop, 5 bottles of pop, 6 bottles of pop, 7 bottles of pop, pop. I'll see you tomorrow.